What's up, y'all? It's the Shaman of Shank, and this is my inaugural video. As you've seen probably in the description if you've read it, I'm a huge fan of Emerson knives. I'm a huge fan of buck knives, and I have a pretty decent collection, and I love talking about these knives. I love discussing, how, really my likes of them and what I love about them, and just sharing that with you. And I welcome your input. I welcome all of that as well, and I'll be respectful to you as I ask, please be respectful to me. But with this first video, I am introducing the newest knife in my pretty big Emerson collection, the Apache. This has been a knife that I've been waiting to get in my hands for over 3 years. There's been a couple of drops and I came up on the short end of that, but I finally got my hands on one and I am so excited about it. I am a huge Bowie fan, and this knife just checks all the boxes. I tell you what, and also side note, this thumb disc is done by Collis. I may be saying his name wrong. I'll be sure to put a link down for him down there so you can check his stuff out. Amazing stuff. It's all done by hand. It's just beautiful work. I'll put that down there so if you guys are interested in checking him out. But back to the main event here, the Apache. It is amazing. This knife is just absolutely a dream come true. I have a sheepdog as well. It's a Clippoint, and I also have 2 Appalachians that, of course, are Clippoints as well. But this knife is just amazing. It has amazing ergonomics, which, I mean, if you're an Emerson fan or you know anything about Emerson's, it's always about the ergonomics. It's always about that. I mean, because it just melts in your hand. I mean, this knife, whenever you grip this knife, you know that you're grabbing, for lack of a better word, a weapon. Because, I mean, that is the first philosophy of these knives. I mean, of course, they can be used for opening up boxes, popping, anything open you want, from just a zip tie to a box to cleaning an animal, but also, in the unfortunate situation of defending yourself, hey, this knife will definitely get the job done, and God forbid that ever is a situation that you're in. But I believe the blade is 3.8 inches long. The overall length is, I think, 8 inches, maybe a little bit over. Very doable. Of course, it is a big knife. There's no doubt about that. If you are more accustomed to smaller knives, this may not be the knife for you. It's never been a problem for me. And I carry my keys in the same pocket that I carry my knife in. And predominantly all the knives that I carry are pretty larger knives in this realm. So, and it's never been a problem for me. But, everybody's different, so I can understand if that is an issue for you. Of course, 154 cm, if you're familiar with Emerson, that's the code. That is the go-to, and that's not going to change anytime soon, I see. And I'm completely fine with that. Super easy to sharpen. Of course, I haven't sharpened this yet. It's razor sharp out of the box, super smooth out of the box, centered with perfection, no problem at all. The pivot, I've flipped this thing open probably, I've owned it for maybe 2 days, and I've already probably fidgeted and flipped it open probably well over 100 times. No moving the pivot. And if that ever is a problem, I'm sure if you are a fan of Emerson, Loctite will fix that with no issue whatsoever. I have a CQC7 that I recently did that with, and I've had no play whatsoever after letting that sit for 24 hours. But the Apache, just amazing. And I did a little more deeper digging, and it's not even on the website really, but it kind of poked out to me the design of the handle. As you know, if you know anything about this knife, which I'm sure you do if you're watching this video, or if you don't, hey, this is just a note. This knife was inspired by Native Americans, by Emerson, with the Bowie blade, sorry. I know tomatoes, we can call it whatever we want, but I know what you mean if you say Bowie, whatever you want to call it. But I believe the right pronunciation is Bowie, but the knife is inspired from the Native American war, and he drew this inspiration from Geronimo, which was a prevalent figure in the Apache tribe. And if you look back and you look at a little bit of the history of the Bowie knives, there I go again, Bowie knives, they had a coffin handle. And of course, with a coffin handle on the old Bowie knives, this big wide swell here in the center would usually move all the way to the back, but he still fitted that in here. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but it definitely has that coffin look to it. It gives it that aesthetic, but also a great feel in the hand. That palm swell right there when you grab it, it just makes you feel confident in the grab, and it's just amazing. Amazing knife. Very EDC friendly, if you ask me. I know everybody's different with their knives, but this knife is an absolute beaut and a brute. No doubt about it. If you ever get a chance to get one, please do. Like I said, it took me 3 years to finally come across one, but it is an amazing knife, beautiful knife. And you know, I'm in that honeymoon stage right now. I really don't want to do anything with it, but I'm going to use this knife. I am not going to shy away from using this knife. The tip itself is a bit, I mean, of course, just like any Clippoint or Bowie knife, you know, of course you do have you know, not being a drop point, you still do have that thinner tip. So I mean, of course, you know, you always want to be aware of that when using it. You don't want to chip that or break it off, but you know, but it's meant to be used, just like all Emersons, just like any knife. You know, life's too short not to use your knives. You know what I mean? Knives can always be rebought, and they're tools. And they're meant to be used, and this knife will definitely be used. I don't see this knife leaving my pocket for a minute because, like I said, I'm just in love with it. I've been lusting over this knife for so long, and to actually finally have it, I am so happy. I can't even tell you how happy I am. But essentially, that's it in a nutshell. This knife is amazing. If you get the chance to get your hands on this knife and you're a fan of this style of blade, being a Clippoint, you know, Bowie, please do it. You won't regret it. And also some other, you know, great, which I mean, they're pretty much on hand options from Emerson or the Appalachian, which is an amazing knife. I have 2 of them. So I mean, that should tell you something. They're great knives. And also the Bowie, the Clippoint Sheepdog is an amazing option as well. And actually, to be honest with you, the Sheepdog Clippoint or Bowie is more close to this design than the Appalachian. I wish I had my Appalachian on me. I plan on doing more videos and being a little bit more polished than what I am in this one, but the design of the blade is a bit the same. Of course, this has a little bit of length on it, but the one thing I've noticed different about the Sheepdog is this curve here that you see here on the Apache is not as dramatic, which I mean, that's not crazy dramatic, but it's more of a straight, upswept motion right there, or design. But aside from that, like I said, it is just an amazing knife, and I can't wait to get it out there and use it and carry it. And I plan on making a lot more videos. I have a good bit of Emersons. This is my 13th Emerson. I have a bunch of buck knives I plan to throw in here too and do some reviews on as well. You know, of course, you know, the Buck 110, along with another array of fixed blades from them, you know, ranging from the 120, the 119, and stuff like that. I have a 117 as well. But I plan on getting on here, just talking about it, hearing your views on it. I'm definitely willing to answer any questions if I'm able to answer them. But I'm just a guy who loves knives. I love Emerson and I love Buck. But I do predominantly carry Emerson just for, you know, everyday tasks. And also, you know, since I don't carry a firearm, I carry one in my truck. Don't tell nobody that, but I definitely like to have this on my side. I feel butt naked if I leave the house without an Emerson on me. They are phenomenal knives. They are very well-to-do, heavy-duty. I've been carrying an Emerson since 2015, and I've never had anything bad to say about anything, about the company, about the knives, and they're just phenomenal. So, the Emerson Apache, if you're able to get your hands on one, please do. If this knife does appeal to you, I know, like I said, it took me a while to get my hands on one, but they are phenomenal. And I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys. And like I said, this is my first video, and I will definitely polish it up and definitely have more examples out here for you guys to compare and look at and to discuss. But I hope you guys have a great, awesome day, and I look forward to speaking with you and talking with you and dropping more videos. Thank you so much.